Good day, foreign policy enthusiasts. FPCI Brawijaya is back with CTC 1.0. In this first CTC, we are going to discuss about something that has become a worldwide topic after the election of the President of the United States. CTC 1.0 will discuss about the return of the United States to the Paris Agreement. The inauguration of the 46th President of the United States, Joe Biden, took place in 20th January 2021 at the United States Capitol. Hours after becoming the president, Joe Biden took his first action regarding the climate crisis by returning the United States to the Paris Agreement. FP enthusiasts must be wondering several questions, like what makes the United States return to the Paris Agreement? How important is the United States for this agreement? And most importantly, what does the return of the United States mean for the climate change? So, without further ado, let's welcome our speaker for today's CTC.
Hi everyone, my name is Marwah and I am an undergraduate student of International Relations at University of Brawijaya. And today I would like to thank Foreign Policy Community Indonesia Chapter Brawijaya for inviting me today as a speaker for the online C2C Take Home, which I will be talking about the re-entering of the United States towards the Paris Agreement through Biden's administration. But first, I would like to talk about the Paris Agreement itself. So what is the Paris Agreement talking about? Basically, the Paris Agreement is a legally binding international treaty on climate change. And this agreement, it was adopted on the 12th of December 2015 and entered into force on the 4th of November 2016. And the Paris Agreement, it aims to limit the global warming to well below 2, preferably 1.5 degrees Celsius. The agreement also involves 196 countries in it, including the United States. The next thing you guys are probably wondering is that how does the Paris Agreement works? So, the Paris Agreement works on a 5-year cycle of increasingly ambitious climate action carried out by countries, where by 2020, countries they have to submit their plans, which is also known as the nationally determined contributions. So in their NDCs or nationally determined contributions, countries they communicate their plans that they will take on to reduce the greenhouse gas emissions in order to reach the Paris Agreement's goals. So in conclusion, all countries are involved towards the climate action, but let's see which country contributes the most towards emission. So as we know, back then in 2014, the United States placed the second largest emitters after China. And not long after that, which is in December 2015, President Barack Obama envisioned to create a world that is safer and more secure, more prosperous, and more free. And to that, the United States along with other countries had committed to the Paris Agreement. But on the 1st of June 2017, President Donald Trump put that future into jeopardy by announcing his plans to withdraw the United States from the agreement. And the step became official on the 4th of November 2020. Here, President Donald Trump sees his intention to withdraw the United States from the Paris Agreement was an end to the financial and economic burden that the agreement imposes on the United States. The decision made by Trump thus faced critics from climate activists. For example, Lawrence Tubiana, France's climate change ambassador, stated that the decision made by Trump was an irresponsible behavior made by a major country. You might be wondering, does the United States really play an important role on the agreement? The answer is yes, obviously. Natalie Mahawald, a climate scientist from the Cornell University, stated that since the United States has one of the biggest economies in the world and has contributed the most to climate change, it is incredibly important for the United States to return to the Paris Agreement. So from this statement, we can know that Having the United States out from the Paris Agreement, it also means that we are having lesser contributions towards the climate action from the second world's largest emitters. But luckily, the 46th President of the United States, President Joe Biden, has rejoined the Paris Agreement on his first day in office, namely hours after he was sworn in as the 46th President of the United States. He also called the climate change as the #1 problem facing humanity. It was also stated during his first presidential debate with Donald Trump, where Joe Biden stated, "I will join the Paris Accord because with us out of it, look what's happening, it's falling apart." In that statement, Joe Biden was pointing out to the rampant destruction towards the Brazil's rainforest that happens during the vacuum of the United States diplomatic leadership. So, what does the re-entering of the United States towards the Paris Agreement mean on climate change? According to the Environmental Protection Agency of the United States, or EPA, we can know that the United States is responsible for a 15% world's greenhouse gas emissions. And prior to the withdrawal of the United States from the Paris Agreement, the United States thus stated that it is going to reduce its annual greenhouse gas emission for 26 until 28% below the 2005 levels by 2025. However, given Joe Biden's strong rhetoric on climate action, including a stated goal of net zero emission by 2050, it is most likely that Joe Biden will increase the target of the 2025 and submit a more ambitious one for the 2030. So, according to Professor Mark Howden from the ANU's Climate Change Institute, he believed that the biggest impact of the return of the United States towards the Paris Agreement will be the reverberate impact all around the globe. He also stated that with the United States coming on board with potentially trillions of dollars, it could get these private industries coming on board, and that will generate new innovations and technologies. But next, let's take a look of several of the president's plans towards climate action, which include first, ensure 100% of clean energy economy and achieves net zero emissions no later than 2050, and second, stand up to the abuse of power by polluters who disproportionately harm communities of color and low-income communities, and third, not accepting any contributions from oil, gas, and coal corporations or executives. However, the Biden's administration does face critics, as the administration has issued at least 31 new drilling permits authorizing operation on the federal land and coastal waters. The move signals that the drilling authorizations are continuing to flow despite President Joe Biden's plan to pause oil and gas leasing. In response, an 18-year-old climate activist, Greta Thunberg, tweeted, well, while we do appreciate beautiful speeches and promises, we prefer action." Having the fact that the United States' projection on emission in the year 2021 is still far from its NDCs, the question is, will the United States be able to achieve its goals in the upcoming years? We'll see. So that's all for today's online C2C Take Home. Thank you for watching until the end. And also, don't forget to double check all information since I am not an expert on this matter. Thank you and goodbye.
So, how was it, FP enthusiasts? We hope that you get new knowledge from the CTC 1.0. And if you have more questions about this topic, you can simply drop it on the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and follow our Instagram at fpci.brawijaya. Stay safe, stay at home, and see you on the next CTC.